Hit that like button if you like Ben 10. Hello my brothers and sisters by God. This is your brother in Christ, Abstract Schnitzel, here with another video. In this Omni-News video, we have a lot of news. For our first few stories, Ben 10 co-creator Duncan Rollo has continued to answer questions from fans on Twitter. As of November 4th, 2020, he has stepped away from social media, so please don't ask him any questions until he comes back on. I'm sure he wouldn't like to be flooded with a bunch of tweets on his first day back. Anyway, on with the news. One user asked Duncan if the plumbers were in the reboots, and Duncan said they were, but not in the usual way older fans were used to. He didn't give away any hints about what the plumbers are like in the reboots, but it looks like the crew took a different approach for the plumbers, like they did with Charmcaster and Kevin. Another individual asked if there were any plans for aliens we saw in the Null Void to appear in the Omni-Trix in Season 5, and Duncan said there were no direct plans for this. One user asked if Season 5 would air in January or if it would spread through the year, and Duncan said the first movie would air near the beginning of the year, and the second two would spread out until the summer. Another Twitter user asked if it was possible for Ben to regain upgrade by scanning a galvanic mechamorph, and Duncan said it is possible. This makes me happy because Upgrade's my favorite alien. A well-known Ben 10 fan asked what color scheme Ben's version of Bashmouth would have, and Duncan replied to this fan saying Bashmouth is a unique alien that Ben does not have in his Omni-Trix. When this fan asked if he was a hybrid of Wrath and Blitzwolfer, Duncan said he's a hybrid of neither, and is a species we haven't seen yet. Another individual on Twitter asked if we'd see Ben's locked or lost aliens in Season 5, and Duncan said he couldn't say. Another Ben 10 fan asked a really good question. This person asked if Glitch's alien card transformations count as alien transformations, and Duncan said they were more Mechamorph inspired, but yes. And Duncan also said Glitch has an actual Omni-Trix in him. Glitch Ben has the ability to blend DNA tech. How interesting. Another fan asked if there was a chance we'd get information about Season 5 movies in November or December, and if we could expect Season 5's movies to have a world premiere like Ben 10 vs. the Universe did. And Duncan said we'd probably get information regarding Season 5 in December or January, and the movie events will be TV events. Another fan on Twitter asked Duncan if there would be any more crossovers with Ben 10, and Duncan said he couldn't say. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this is his way of saying yes. Another user on Twitter asked Duncan if we'd see Billy Billions or Charmcaster again in Season 5, and Duncan said there were no plans for their return in Season 5. I guess that makes sense, since Season 5 will be more galactic and less worldly, so we're probably gonna get some more alien-type villains. Another Twitter user asked if there'd be a new villain for Season 5, and Duncan said there'd be several. I look forward to this. Another individual on Twitter asked Duncan if Vilgax stole the Omni-Trix from Azimuth's lab, and Duncan said the events are unclear, but basically yes. Another subscriber of mine asked if we'd see Volcanus in Season 5, and Duncan said we wouldn't. Assuming Season 5 is the last season, the Ben 10 reboot will be the first series of Ben 10 to not have Volcanus. Another user asked Duncan if the Omni-Trix timing out quickly with Omni-Kix armor was due to the key being inserted improperly, and Duncan answered his question saying this is not the direct reason, but it does point out that Ben has a lack of understanding about the operational functionality of the Omni-Trix. Another tweeter asked if Ripjaws, Spider Monkey, or Chromastone would appear in the reboots, and Duncan said they would not appear. Another Twitter tweeter asked what form Swampfire would take if he were to appear in the reboots, and Duncan said there were no plans to have Swampfire. This actually surprises me. I thought Swampfire would be a good alien for the reboot to have, but I guess Swampfire doesn't fit the stories that are planned. Another tweeter on Twitter asked what happened to the Omni-Kix key at the end of the movie, and if it was still in the anti-Trix, and Duncan said that the Omni-Kix key still is in the anti-Trix. This is interesting, because if Vilgax could fuse with Celestial Sapien DNA using the Omni-Kix key and the anti-Trix, imagine what Kevin can do. Will he have anti-Kix armor? Alien fusions? New aliens? Or will he just stay the normal Kevin 11? I guess we'll have to find out. Another user on Twitter asked Duncan why Ben can't scan alien DNA, and why the Reboot episodes are 11 minutes long instead of 22 minutes long. Duncan said the Omnitrix can scan DNA, but Ben hasn't learned that application and has to learn it. And Duncan also said Cartoon Network asked for the episodes to be 11 minutes long, for a lot of boring reasons, mostly to mix and match shows, and it's better for comedy. Another user asked if Ben would learn anything new with the Omnitrix in Season 5, and Duncan said we'll see. Once again, I feel like this is a non-explicit yes. That's all the Duncan tweets for now, but there's still more news. Ben 10 Omniverse art director Derek J. Wyatt has now reached his goal of $5,000 on GoFundMe. He's 4 tiers behind, but he's working on the Decagon Riddle right now. Derek has continued to answer questions from fans on Ask.fm. One fan asked Derek if it would be possible to see the current state of the Decagon Riddle picture, and Derek said it would be once it's a little farther along, and that it's not tied down enough yet. Another user on Ask.fm asked Derek about extending the GoFundMe to have more tiers, and Derek said he feels like he'd never catch up if he did that. I guess we'll have to wait for Derek to catch up before trying to see any more designs. Another Ben 10 fan asked what Omniverse Humongousaur would look like if he grew, and Derek said he'd be an adaptation of the Alien Force Humongousaur. News was packed this week. Big thanks to all my news reporters on my Discord server for reporting news and retrieving information regarding Ben 10. Omni-News would not be nearly as informative without these people. Feel free to join the Ben 10 HQ Discord server to talk about Ben 10 and other stuff too. And also feel free to follow Ben 10 HQ on Twitter for Ben 10 news and more Ben 10 tweets. And while you're at it, follow me, Abstract Schnitzel, on Twitter. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And never forget that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, and no one gets to the Father but by him. God bless.